Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived a mysterious figure, a shadow in the wind, whom no one could name. He came every day, his voice a crackle over strange devices, but never did he reveal his name or where he hailed from. The villagers, frustrated and intrigued, dubbed him Rumpelstiltskin, for like the old fairy tale, he kept his identity locked away. Every day, they would play a grand game, Let's Find Him. Meanwhile, across the great river, there stood three brave billies Goats, known as Duff, ready to venture to the land on the other side. But to reach it, they had to cross a rickety bridge, where an ogre waited, demanding his toll. Trip, trap, went the hooves of the first Duff, and soon enough, the ogre leaped from the shadows, growling, "Who dares trip over my bridge? Pay the toll or go no further." The first Duff trembled but quickly said, "Oh, kind ogre, I have no gold for your toll, but if you let me pass, the next Duff shall pay double." The ogre, curious and greedy, agreed, letting the first Duff pass. Soon enough, the second Duff came trip-trapping along. But the ogre blocked his way and snarled, "Your brother promised you'd pay both his toll and yours." Shocked, the second Duff stammered, "Oh, good ogre, there's been a mistake. The last Duff carries all our gold, surely he can pay all that is owed." The ogre pondered this for a moment, then grunted, "Very well. I shall trust you." And he let the second Duff pass. Soon after came the third Duff, and the ogre, now fuming, stopped him at the bridge's edge. "You must be the last. Pay up or else." But the clever Duff said, "Oh no, dear ogre, there is yet one more Duff behind me, carrying all the riches we owe." The ogre, growing angrier with each passing lie, let him go but roared into the sky as the Duffs disappeared into the forest beyond. Days passed, and the ogre waited at the bridge, but no more Duffs came. Realizing he had been tricked, he swore a vow. "I shall be feared by all. None shall cross my bridge without paying, and my name will become the stuff of nightmares." But the ogre's heart was twisted, and his plan was far more devious than tolls on a bridge. He used his power to place lightning in the homes of the villagers, controlling them with fear. His thunderous voice echoed through their lives, and the people, believing it was the wrath of a god, obeyed him without question. He imposed tolls on every bridge, and no one could pass unless they paid the price, even upon their deathbeds. In time, the kingdom grew weary under his cruel rule, and their lives became filled with toil, while the ogre grew rich from their labor. One fateful day, however, a girl was born, a child of fate. This girl, with eyes bright and curious, was not destined to be just another villager. But when the ogre discovered her existence, he flew into a rage. He stormed into their home, destroying all they had and taking her father prisoner. Yet the girl, brave and resourceful, escaped into the dark woods with her father, hiding away from the ogre's grasp. She grew up in a cave, learning the ways of the forest and crafting beautiful words, poems that could spin gold from nothing but thin air. Her father marveled at her gift, but their secret was soon discovered by a sly woodsman, who, upon hearing the rumors of her magical talent, betrayed her to the ogre. The ogre, desperate for gold, captured both the girl and her father, locking them away in his dark castle. "Spin me your words into gold," he demanded, throwing the girl into a tower with nothing but straw, a pen, and parchment. Days passed, and the girl, desperate and alone, cried into the night. But one evening, she saw a stranger beneath her window, a man from the village who had heard of her plight. "I will help you," he whispered. "Write me a letter, and I shall see what can be done." The girl hesitated but realized that without help, she and her father would be doomed. So she penned a letter, pouring all her hopes and fears into the words, and sent it down to the man below. The next day, the man returned, tears in his eyes. "I have failed," he said, "the people cannot stand against the ogre. But your words, they are gold. They have touched my heart. Inspired by her words, the man found a way to outsmart the ogre. He presented the girl's poem to the ogre, claiming it was the voice of the people, a testament to their suffering under his rule. The ogre, moved by the beauty of the words, gave gold to the people, believing they had written the poems. Every day, the girl wrote more, and every day the people received their gold, while the ogre remained blind to the truth. The village prospered, and the girl's words brought them wealth and joy. One day, the girl wrote a special letter, a declaration of love and gratitude to the man who had believed in her when no one else did. She drew a heart and wrote, "In truth and trust, we find respect, and from respect, we build something even greater." When the ogre read these words, his heart, cold as stone, cracked. Overcome with emotion, he released the girl and her father. They returned to the village, where the girl was hailed as a hero, and the people celebrated their freedom from the ogre's tyranny. And so, the girl, her father, and the man who had saved them lived happily ever after, their village thriving on the power of words, trust, and truth. The ogre, defeated by the very thing he feared, was never heard from again. The end. Moral of the story. Sometimes, the greatest power lies not in wealth or force, but in truth, kindness, and the magic of words spun into gold.